has a tough decision in front of him. There's a lot of...
I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourself at all times. Let's go.
An exciting dream. Let's find out.
The Filipino crowd chanting for Pacquiao as he moved toward the center of the ring even before the opening bell.
But he's fighting a very intelligent fight. He took punches that have landed thus far.
From round one, they're simple. Dela is so much taller. Pacquiao so much faster. And now...
confusing him at the moment.
But it would get him busy. Watch the jab. The right hand is hitting him with his punches on.
Momentarily shocked Oscar.
I think the speed has been bothersome for Oscar throughout the round. Who simply can't. He was, even though dangerous and destructive, largely a one-note tune. Jab, jab, straight left hand. His ability to starting his offense with it, as he's doing there,
shows very obvious. Oscar De La Hoya has...
He was always put in. A weight division 2 rested him.
As opposed to along the ropes, where Dela...
Manny's upper body movement and defense is very, very effective.
Really trying to go at the body because...
No head movement at all. His head is stationary.
Good body shot. And as you said, there is almost no height difference between them.
Pacquiao lands a brilliant uppercut. Hoya has not been able to solve Pacquiao's speed.
He is neutralizing Oscar's left hand, one of the best weapons in the sport for over a decade.
The speed and...
So the week, and as I said, is even though he's winning now, Oscar has no...
Why did so many ringside experts...
For him to almost pick...
To land something, you have to believe that.
He just landed a good left hook to his back against him. There is a big swelling outside.
To me, more aggressive, but the punch with the snap and the speed is coming from Pacquiao. Good point. You can tell that.
Is it also because it's a physically more challenging
To me, he just doesn't look that strong when he does.
Oscar turning. If Oscar can't get set, he can't get his punches off. And the 60, 3-0. Manny Pacquiao.
Manny preoccupied. Manny can land.
The right hand has never been a super destructive punch for Dela Hoya. I asked Freddie Roach yesterday in our meeting, I said, have you ever seen Oscar De La Hoya really hurt somebody with a right hand weapon of choice for a conventional fighter against a southpaw? For the same reason that Pacquiao is landing his straight left hand.
And if Oscar's not going to he could not time him so much, and even if he doesn't land, as I said, keep
good body shots there by Pacquiao. And doubt coming in as to whether Pacquiao could.
And you watch when Manny lands his left, he then moves off often to speed.
Virtually all of them seem to be landing for Pacquiao.
Oscar looks old.
Somewhere in the fight,
if Oscar would just work his jab,
looked a lot better in May of 2007 against Floyd Mayweather.
There's the feeling of a fighter when he's in there with somebody who's always beating him to the punch.
This is a terrible feeling. The thing it is, as I say, the deal not handling speed, and he cannot. He has his right hand permanently stuck to the side.
He's doing this.
No, it's a brilliant fight plan. I personally had expected. And perhaps more so than Dela Hoya expected as well.
You know, when a lot of the experts...
Good body shot by Oscar.
Biggest punch of the fight for Dela Hoya.
To get back into this fight.
Well, if judges are looking for a round to give to Dela Hoya, this might be the one, although now Pacquiao rallies down the stretch. And prevent Pacquiao from countering him as effectively as he has.
Even a lot of those punches that Manny has landed, which is on the cup, if you notice, he's never been worn. Oscar has his cup extremely high. So they're really on the belt line.
When Nacho Beristain asks between rounds, but rather that he throws his trajectory. That's why they call it a 45. Straight left hand.
It's almost guaranteed is going to land.
Actually reconfiguring Dela Hoya's beautiful face.
Yep.
In May, fighting Manny Pacquiao is something entirely different from fighting Steve Forbes. They are seeing, although each round has gone by.
Fighters in a long time.
Yeah, Ricardo Mayorga is no elite fighter in my view.
No.
He's the...
You would think against so-called smaller man, we'd see something more.
I think Jim summed it up. There's just too much of everything. How to get into the fight, how to hold him off, how to get to him. It's too...
Oscar is maybe trying to lay a trap, but Manny is too smart and too fast for him.
This fight's going to probably end up being stopped.
Manny Pacquiao is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya. Has zero answers for the Pacquiao assault.
You cannot do anything. You can't
Pacquiao is making De La Hoya look old, slow, ineffectual.
Some of us wonder
this fight's over with.
whether Manny Pacquiao would become the Henry Armstrong of this era. Right now, he's looking like the immortal Armstrong.
And Oscar is barely throwing back. You wonder if Tony
fight.
Weeks is thinking of stopping the fight.
Yes. Who's looking
Hard
entirely at
shots.
Oscar.
De La Hoya hasn't been down, but that may be the only thing that's keeping Weeks from stopping it.
Round.
Pacquiao is closing in on landing 50 power shots in the round. Have been counted by CompuBox. An embarrassing 7th round comes to a close. David Diaz was closer to being in the fight.
10-8 round.
All right, Larry, you envisioned this one. Could you see Pacquiao against Margarito?
No, and he himself says he's going back to 140 after this fight. This could be the end of the fight here. Death by 1,000 left hands.
Who may have the best chance of picking up his identity as the economic, because Pacquiao's following is growing, not just in the Pacific Rim, but in the United States and Latin America as well. Tony Weeks has a tough decision in front of him. There's a lot of glory and a lot of money in Oscar De La Hoya's past, but
there's no reason to continue with this. He's too fast. Are you okay? You're with that? You agree? Yes. One more round, or is that it? Is that it?
Right now, you're here. The corner is wanting to stop the fight.
Is that it? Yeah? That's it? Let's finish it. That's it. Let's go.
Fight is over.
Manny Pacquiao has beaten Oscar De La Hoya.
And it was the right thing to do.
This was the last thing of all the choices we expected to see in this fight, which was a one-sided fight for Manny Pacquiao.
The winner by TKO victory, and still the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao.